Good day, my name is Gregory, and today we will be looking at unit number 2 of the Headway Plus elementary book. The title of the unit is Meeting People, and the things we will be looking at and revising is am, is, are, questions and negatives, possessives, family, opposites, and in a cafe. And just to start, count from 1 to 20. Then count in tens from 10 to 100. 10, 20, 30, and so on. How old are you? Ask and answer with your colleagues. Ask a few people, how old are you? And tell them how old you are. The next piece is, who is she? We're told read Keisha Anderson's identity card and then complete the questions. Here is her identity card with her surname, her first name, her country, her job, her address, her phone number, her age, and her marriage, if she married or not. So complete the questions. What's her surname? Anderson. Now fill in these other gaps. These are the answers to the questions, so that should give you a clue as to what the question would be. And if you've finished that, let's check your answers. What's her surname? Anderson. What's her first name? Keisha. Where is she from? London, England. What's her job? She's a journalist. Do you know what a journalist is? A journalist is a person who writes for a newspaper or a magazine. What's her address? 42 Muswell Hill Road, London, N10 3JD. What's her phone number? 020 8863 5741. How old is she? 28. Is she married? No, she isn't. Listen and check your answers.
Unit 2. Tape script 2.1. 1.
What's her surname?
Anderson.
2.
What's her first name?
Keisha.
3.
Where's she from?
London, England.
4.
What's her job?
She's a journalist.
5.
What's her address?
42 Muswell Hill Road, London, N10 3JD.
6.
What's her phone number?
020 8863 5741.
7.
How old is she?
28.
8.
Is she married?
No, she isn't.
Okay, did you get all of those? If you did, well done. Keisha has a brother. Write questions about him. For instance, what's his surname? What's his first name? And in this case, his surname is Anderson. So what is the other information about him that we need to fill in on his identity card here? And the questions we want to ask are, Where's he from? What's his job? What's his address? What's his phone number? How old is he? Is he married? And here we have the identity card. I will come to that in a while. There's the identity card I was talking about. Read and listen, then listen and repeat.
Tape script 2.2.
Is she American?
No, she isn't.
Is she French?
No, she isn't.
Is she English?
Yes, she is.
And you see how we can ask the questions and get the answers. These are all short answers. In other words, we just answer, no she isn't, or yes she is. And the questions are, is she American, is she French, is she English? And we can ask and answer yes or no questions about Keisha. And the one things you want to ask questions about are a doctor, teacher, a journalist, 18, 21, 28. What are the questions there that we could ask about Keisha? If you think you know, let's check your answers. Is she a doctor? No, she isn't. Is she a teacher? No, she isn't. Is she a journalist? Yes, she is. Is she 18? No, she isn't. Is she 21? No, she isn't. And is she 28? Yes, she is. So what I want you to do is to practice with the person next to you, asking these questions and answering them. And you take turns. Once one of you has answered all the questions and asked all the questions, change around so that you both get the chance to both ask and answer the questions. Let us go to the grammar reference on page 125, and we will look at 2.1. Let us have a look at 2.1. And again, we are looking at the verb to be. Questions with question words. What is her surname? What is his job? What is her address? And there are the answers. What is his surname? Anderson. What is his job? He's a policeman. What is her address? 34 Silver Street. Where is she from? Mexico. Where are you from? Where are they from? Who is Laura? Who is she? She is Patrick's daughter. How old is she? 22. How old are you? 21. How much is an ice cream? £1, £1.50p. When the question is what, the answer will be normally a thing, a surname, policeman, and so on. If the question is where, the answer will be a place, in this case, Mexico. When the question is who, the answer will be a person, in this case, Patrick's daughter. How old? That will be somebody's age. The answer will be the age of a person. And then we have yes or no questions. Is he hot? Is she hot? Is it hot? Short answers, yes he is. No she isn't. Yes it is. Negatives. I'm not from Ireland. He isn't from Ireland. She isn't from Ireland. It isn't from Ireland. We aren't from Ireland, you aren't from Ireland, they aren't from Ireland. And remember, aren't is the short form or the contraction of are not, isn't is the contraction for is not. Okay, let's go back. Complete the answers to the yes-no questions. Is Keisha English? Yes, she. Is her surname Smith? No, it. Are you a journalist? No, I'm. Look at the negatives. She isn't married, you aren't English, but I'm not a teacher. Did you remember what to fill in here? Remember the verb to be? Is Keisha English? Yes, she is. Is her surname Smith? No, it isn't. Are you a journalist? No, I'm not. How did you do with that? And here we have the identity card of somebody called Patrick, and we want to ask and answer questions about Patrick. And we will use this information. So we want to know, what is his surname? What is his first name? We know it's Patrick. Where is he from? And he is from Ireland. What is his job? He's an accountant. What's his address? 82 Hill Road, Dublin. What's his phone number? 1232-4837. What is his age? He is 47. Is he married? Yes. Now, practice with your partner and ask yes or no questions about Patrick using these words, the supplied words. So number one, they're giving you Smith, Jones, Binchley. What are yes-no questions you could ask about each of those? Is his surname Smith? Is his surname Jones? Is his surname Binchley? And number two, they've given us from Italy, from England, from Ireland. What yes-no questions do you think you could ask using that information? And number three, they've given us a policeman, a teacher, an accountant. What yes-no questions do you think we could make using that information? If you've completed that, then let's check your answers. Is his surname Smith? No, it isn't. Is his surname Jones? No, it isn't. Is his surname Binchley? Yes, it is. Is he from Italy? No, he isn't. Is he from England? No, he isn't. Is he from Ireland? Yes, he is. Is he a policeman? No, he isn't. Is he a teacher? No, he isn't. Is he an accountant? Yes, he is. Practice with each other, asking and answering those questions. Ask the questions, give the short answers, and then change over so you both have turns to ask the questions and to answer them. Then tell the class, ask questions about one of the students. Fahad, are you a student? Yes, I am. Are you from Damascus? No, I'm not. I'm from Aleppo. Are you married? No, I'm not. So ask yes or no questions of your partner, and then tell the class about that student. Her name's Sarah, she's a student, she's from Aleppo, and she's not married, for instance. Practice that. The more you practice the English, the easier it will become, and the more confident you'll become. Okay, we saw Patrick's identity card on the previous page. Now we are going to learn more about Patrick. First, there we have males. This column is all the males of the family, and this is all the females of the family. So we have husband. Where do you think brother would go? And father. Put each of these words into the correct place here. We have brother, father, daughter, aunt, grandmother, and nephew. If you completed that, let us check how you did. So here we have husband, father, son, brother, uncle, nephew, grandfather. And here we have wife, mother, daughter, sister, aunt, niece, and grandmother. Did you get those? If you did, very well done. Read about Patrick Benchley and listen, and write the names of the people in the correct place. Here are 4 people, and we need to see which name goes with which person. Listen and read along here.
Tape script 2.3.
This is a photo of Patrick, his wife, and his children. His wife's name is Brenda. She's a teacher. His daughter's name is Lara. She's 21 and she's a nurse. His son's name is Benny. He's 19 and he's a student.
Did you get those? If you didn't, listen again. We said this is a photo of Patrick, his wife, and his children. His wife's name is Brenda. Okay, there is Patrick. So in number 2 we can write Patrick, in number 1 we can write Brenda. His daughter's name is Laura. That must be Laura in number 4. And his son's name is Benny. That must be Benny. Let us check if we are correct. Who's Brenda? She is Laura and Benny's mother. Who is Brenda? Laura and Benny's mother. Who's Laura? Laura she's Patrick and Brenda's daughter, and she is Benny's sister. Who's Benny? He's Patrick's and Brenda's son, and he's Laura's brother. So that is the father, that is the mother. She is his sister, and she is the daughter of Brenda and Patrick. He is her brother, and he is a son of Patrick and Brenda. See how we can speak about the family? And the words that we filled in this section cover most of our immediate family, which is mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, brother, sister, and nephew and niece. So practice with each other, asking the questions. Who's Brenda? She's Patrick's wife. She's Laura's mother. And ask each other the questions. Who's Benny? Who's Patrick? Who's Brenda? And remember, for instance, Brenda is not only Patrick's wife, she's also Benny's mother. So when you answer the question, give all the possibilities and please use complete sentences. Look at the apostrophe S. She's a teacher is an abbreviation for she is a teacher. Then we have his wife's name. In this case, the apostrophe S shows it is her name, her possession. It is a possessive. The name belongs to her. Find other examples in the text of possessives. The apostrophe S and apostrophe S possessive and the apostrophe S is. Let's have a look at the text again. So here we have his wife's name is Brenda. That is possessive apostrophe S. It is her name we are talking about. She's a teacher. What do you think that is? It is short for she is a teacher, so it's apostrophe S for is. His daughter's name, possessive, because once again it is something that belongs to her, her name. She's 21, so she is 21. And she's a nurse. Apostrophe S, she is a nurse. His son's name, apostrophe S, again possessive. The son belongs to him. He's 19. He is 19. And he's a student. He is a student. So apostrophe S can either be is or it can be possessive. Let's have a look at some more information in the grammar reference on page 125 and section 2.2. Let's have a look. Okay, very simply, the possessive S, apostrophe S, is my wife's name is Judy. Possessive, my wife. That's Andrea's dictionary. The dictionary belongs to Andrea. Apostrophe S there, possessive. You get that? Good. Let us continue. You and your family. So what I want you to do is to write down the names of people in your family. Not everybody, just write some names down. So for instance, here we have Samir, Nur, Khada, Kamal, and Tariq. Now ask your partner questions about his or her family. Who's Samir? He's my brother. Who's Gada? She's my aunt. She's my mother's sister. And I want you to practice asking the questions and answering them with full sentences. So you take turns. First, one of you asks, who's Samir, who's Nur, who's Khada, for instance, and then change over so that the other person gets a chance to ask the questions and you get the chance to answer the questions. Practice that, please. And then I want you to do exercise number 2. Make true sentences with the verb to be. Do you remember the verb to be? I am, he, she, or it is, and we, you, they are. So using the verb to be, make correct sentences or sentences here that are true for you. So what do you think? We are in class. Is it Monday today? It isn't Monday today. My teacher's name isn't John. My mother and father are at work. I am married. My grandmother is 75 years old. Marcos and Carlos are my brothers. We say are for those two because it is the same. We could, instead of saying their names, we could say they. So in other words, if it's more than one person, whether we are using the word they or giving their names, we use are as the form of the verb to be. We are in the coffee bar. Of course, in our case now, we are not in the coffee bar. We aren't in the coffee bar. We are in the classroom. You get it? We use the positive and the negative forms of these. I am not. He, she, or it is. He, she, or it isn't. We, you, they are. We, you, they aren't. Tick the correct sentence. We're talking about Patrick and his family. Which is the correct English? I'm a doctor or I'm doctor? I have 29 years old. I am 29 years old. I know married. I'm not married. My sister's name is Laura. Our sister's name is Laura. Which one of those two is the correct one? She married. She's married. I'm an uncle. I'm an uncle. I'm a uncle. I have two brothers. Ahmed's the son of my sister. Ahmed's my sister's son. What do you think is correct with those? Put a tick in the box of what you believe is the correct sentence. And you are finished. Let's check. I'm a doctor. I am 29 years old. Remember we did this before, how we tell people our age. I'm not married. My sister's name is Laura. Notice the apostrophe S, and that is the possessive apostrophe S, because it is my sister. She's married. Apostrophe S in this case is. She is married. I'm an uncle, and because uncle starts with a vowel. Remember the vowels, A, E, I, O, and U. I have two brothers, and Ahmed's my sister's son. Did you get those? If you did, well done. Let's move along. Some vocabulary. Very important to have vocabulary if you want to speak English, because you need the words to form the sentences and to express yourself, to say what it is you want to say. Match the adjectives with their opposites. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. It tells you more about a noun. So we could have an old person, and the opposite of an old person would be a young person. Old tells you more about the person being the noun. Then we have big, new, lovely, easy, hot, expensive, and fast. And the opposites are horrible, old, young, difficult, cheap, cold, slow, and small. What do you think are the opposites of each other here? If you have finished, let us check your answers. We have big and small, new and old, lovely and horrible, easy and difficult, hot and cold, expensive and cheap, and fast and slow. Now, write about the pictures using these adjectives. They've done the first one for you. He's old and she's young. Here we have a sum and there we have another sum. What do you think we could say about these two sums using these adjectives? And then these two phones, a rabbit and a tortoise, and so on. Fill in the spaces here, the adjectives that you think are correct. And if you have finished, let us check your answers. Okay, the first two we saw already. He's old, she's young. It's easy, it's difficult. It's new, it's old. It's fast, it's slow. It's lovely, it's horrible. You have favorite foods that you think are lovely or other foods you really don't like? I think we all do, don't we? Some foods that I really love to eat and some that I think are horrible. They are hot. They are cold. They are cheap, £5. They are expensive, £100. It's small. It's big, a mouse and an elephant. How did you do with those? Did you get those? If you did, very well done. Adjectives are a very important part of English and we use them in so many different ways, many times during the day. Now listen and check what you have completed here and practice saying the sentences. Practice it. I'll open the script this time and read along as they are speaking.
Tape script 2.4. 1.
He's old.
She's young.
2.
It's easy.
It's difficult.
3.
It's new.
It's old.
4.
It's fast.
It's slow.
5.
It's lovely.
It's horrible.
6.
They're hot.
They're cold.
7.
They're cheap.
They're expensive.
8.
It's small.
It's big.
Okay, did you get those? Like I said, adjectives are a very important part of speech. It makes your speech more interesting, more colorful, and people enjoy listening to sentences or people speaking and they use many adjectives. Reading and listening, an email from America. Fahad is an English student at a school in Queens, New York City. Read and listen to his email to Nabil, his brother in Lebanon. Here is the email. Listen to it and read along.
Tape script 2.5.
Dear Nabil, how are you? I'm fine. Here's an email in English. It's good practice for you and me. I have classes in English at LaGuardia Community College. I'm in a class with 8 students. They're all from different countries: Japan, Brazil, Switzerland, Poland, and Italy. Our teacher's name is Martin. He's very nice and a very good teacher. I live in an apartment with 2 American boys, Bobby and Matt Cass. They're brothers. Bobby's 20 years old and a policeman. Matt's 18 and a student. They're very friendly, but it isn't easy to understand them. They speak very fast. New York is very busy, very exciting, but very expensive. The subway isn't difficult to use, and it's cheap. It's very cold now, but Central Park is lovely in the snow. I'm very happy here. Write to me soon, Fahad.
Okay. So there's an email to Nabil from Fahad, telling Nabil about how things are going with him in New York. Now, what I want you to do is to correct the false sentences. Here are 8 sentences, but they are not all correct or not all true. For instance, Fahad is from Lebanon. That is true. He's in Miami. No, that's false. He isn't. He's in New York. So I want you to correct the wrong sentences, the false sentences. Don't just mark them incorrect. Write in the correct information as they have done here. So have a look at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 and complete that. Finished? Let's check your answers and see how you did. Ooh, only 2 of them were correct. He's from Miami. No, he's in New York. Number 4. They said he's on holiday. No, he isn't. He's at a language school. Number 5. It's a very big class. No, it isn't. It's a small class. 9 students. Number 6. The students are all from South America. No, they aren't. They are all from different countries. Number 7. Bobby and Matt are both students. No, they aren't. Bobby is a policeman. And number 8, the subway is easy to use. Yes, that is correct. So how did you do? All the answers were contained in the email. Did you find the correct answers? Did you identify the incorrect statements? If you did, nicely done. Write questions about Fahad's email. It is important in English that we are able to ask questions that are clear and concise if we want to get information from people or information about any particular topic. So the answer to the first one is Lebanon. So therefore the question to that must be, where's Fahad from? Then we have Japan, Brazil, Switzerland, Poland, and Italy. That's the answer. What is the question? Martin is the answer. What is the question? They are brothers. They live with Fahad. What is the question? Bobby's 20 and Matt's 18. What is the question? Something, New York, something. Yes, it is. What is the question? Let's check your answers. Have you completed that? Let's have a look. Number 2. Where are the other students from? And Japan, Brazil, Switzerland, Poland, and Italy. The answer is Martin. The question was, what's his teacher's name? Or what's the teacher's name? Number 4, who are Bobby and Matt? They are brothers. They live with Fahad. Number 5, how old are Bobby and Matt? Bobby's 20 and Matt's 18. And number 6, is New York busy, exciting, expensive? And yes, it is all of those things. It is busy, it is exciting, and it is expensive. And for practice, what I want you to do is exercise number 5. Write an email about your class. In other words, along the same lines as what we saw here and over here. Write an email about your class. In my class, I have classes at Al Jazeera Academy. The class has 20 students. They're from different countries and whatever. But write something about your class and the students in your class, your teacher, where you stay, and so on. Writing is not as always easy, so the more practice, the better it is for you. Then we come again to everyday English. Read and listen to the prices and say them aloud. In a cafe, everyday English. Listen.
Tape script 2.7.
£1, £5, £10.75, 50p, £7.50.
Okay. This is all, pounds are English money. That's the money that they use in the UK. Now, write down the prices that you hear. We'll have a listening exercise and write what you hear. I'll do it without the script first, and I'll play it with the script.
Tape script 2.8. 1,
That's £5.50, please.
2,
Look, it's only £12.
3,
Here you are, 20p change.
4,
Pizza is £3.75.
5,
£100 for that is very expensive.
6,
£9.15, not £9.50.
Okay, did you write down what you heard? Let's play that again, and this time with the script so you can check your answers.
Tape script 2.8. 1,
That's £5.50, please.
2,
Look, it's only £12.
3,
Here you are, 20p change.
4,
Pizza is £3.75.
5,
£100 for that is very expensive.
6,
£9.15, not £9.50.
Okay, did you get that? There are the answers again for you. And this is where we will end today's lesson. I hope it has been useful to you, that it has been beneficial, and that you have learned something. I would encourage you to practice what you have learned. Practice speaking, practice the words, practice the sentences. Try and think in English from time to time. If you do these things, it will become easier and you will become more confident. Thank you, and I will speak with you again with the next lesson.